We've got England's Will Jacks. We're going to start with David at the front here. Go ahead, please.
Hi, Will. I guess you guys just don't know when you're beating, do you?
Yeah, very happy again. Obviously, there's another tight game, but that's what's to be expected. New Zealand, very strong outfit. We knew we were going to have to play hard, and again, we were behind the game, I think, for the majority of that second innings. A couple of crucial knocks. Tom Banton played brilliantly, I thought, and Rehan at the end there to come out and hit a 6-second ball and then another one, and just the energy and the running and everything that he brought to that innings kind of changed the whole flow of the game.
Your fourth Player of the Match award. You must be absolutely delighted, but I mean, do you put that down or anything? Are you just sort of like riding the crest of the wave at the minute?
Yeah, I think I'm obviously very happy. The man of the matches that come with the performance is just like the recognition that you're doing the things right. I think I'm approaching the game in the right way at the moment, and some days you're going to do well, some days you're not. That's the life of cricket and sport and playing against strong opposition. I'm just really enjoying playing my cricket at the moment.
What were you and Rehan talking about when you first came together and as the partnership was kept going on?
Yeah, I think as soon as he came in, we needed 12, maybe 13 and over, so we knew we had to put some impetus into the game. The over off Phillips, we looked to target. Even though there was a big side, we knew off spin to us was a good matchup, and we had to take a risk there, knowing Santner was probably going to bowl the next over, and it might be harder. And then that 19th over, the second last ball, I said to him, "I'll get a single here, and you have a free hit." And that 6 obviously is needing 5 off the last over. It's pretty much won us the game, and that's brilliant. Yeah.
Obviously, Rehan, young lads. I think that was his first World Cup match. Dropped parachuted into the team. Firstly, did a job with the ball, but coming out and playing that knock for such a young lad, I mean that's just incredible, really.
Yeah, and he obviously hasn't played yet, and everyone knows it's been spoken about a lot. It's hard to perform when you haven't had game time, so to come out and do that in his first game, I'm sure he's very happy, and he should be proud of himself for that.
We'll just go to the gentleman at the front, and then we'll go to Simon. Go ahead, please.
This is Zaid Farooq Malik from Pakistan. The same situation in the last 2 matches, early wickets, and you have won the matches. What was the turning point of this match? It is the 18th over, or this is the confidence of the team?
Yeah, I think that 18th over was a massive turning point, but you still have to do a lot of work to get to that point. Partnership between Sam and Tom Banton, they might not have been scoring at 10 and over, but that 6-7 over period of that partnership is incredibly crucial for the innings. After losing the 2 early wickets, and Jacob and Skipper's innings, their partnership as well. So there's always areas that you can pinpoint. There's never one moment where you can say we won because of that reason, and I think that's what we've done well. Even if we haven't had the perfect 40 overs, in the moments that have been important, or there's been a flip side of the game, we've managed to negotiate those well.
England is now in the final, but if you see the last 2 matches, early wickets, I think the semi-final, nobody can survive.
Sorry, just repeat the last part.
In the semi-final.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, losing early wickets is obviously we don't want that. We'd love everyone to be firing as best as possible, and hopefully those guys can come good in the semi-final. I think knockout cricket is a completely different beast. It's a one-off day. Anyone can play a match-winning innings, and that's that. Kind of all the form that you've had before means nothing. We've seen that in tournaments over the last few years, and I think the beauty of the guys that we have at the top is that they don't change the way they play. They're very selfless and they're very team first, and we know that whoever we come up against, they'll be putting them under pressure and trying to get the team off to a flying start.
Winning in Super 8 3 matches in a row, it's a confidence?
Of course, yeah. 3 strong teams, 3 tight matches, not one of them easy again. And to come out 3 wins from 3, of course we're confident.
We'll go to Simon, please, and then Matt.
You used the word perfect there, and there's been a lot of talk about England not yet producing the perfect game. Do you think you need to do that?
Well, short answer, no. We've won 6 out of 7 games, and we've qualified for a semi-final. At the end of the day, no one really cares. We obviously want to play well in there, but we're not gutted that we haven't played the perfect game because we're winning, and that's T20 cricket. That's professional sport. It's also incredibly hard to do that. You're playing against a very strong side they're prepared as well as you guys, and they know what they're trying to do, and they're also trying to play the perfect game. So the chances of that happening are very slim. And like I just said in the question before, I think what we've done well is in the key moments, we've kept a calm and clear head, and we've managed to negotiate those well.
It was a flawed performance, and some of the flaws are familiar from previous games in this tournament. But in the end, it was hugely uplifting the way it ended for you. Do you end the Super 8 worrying about the form maybe of the openers, or is the way this game ended, does that send you through on a high?
I think every time you win, it's an extra boost. And obviously, having won all 3 games in the Super 8s now, everyone in that team is on a high, and we've got a chance to play in a World Cup semi-final. This is my second World Cup, but and in the semi-final last time I wasn't in the 11, so I'm really looking forward to this. This is going to be my first experience. Whoever we play, I know it's going to be a hell of an atmosphere, hell of an occasion, and I think that brings out the best in certain players. And I know the guys that you're talking about who have struggled for runs, those guys play well in those situations, and they've done it before. And
you've won your 4th Man of the Match award today, but in an ideal situation, you wouldn't be forced to come in and rescue a game. It's a kind of weird position to be the man digging your team out of a hole.
Yeah, you're right. Obviously, ideally, I would do nothing. I'm kind of like, at some stage, the extra bowler and the extra batter. Like, if I didn't bowl and didn't bat, then we've had that perfect game people have been speaking about. So it's a bit of a seesaw there, because obviously I want to do stuff, but at the same stage, if I'm doing nothing, then we're going to win. Coming into the semi-final, if I do nothing, then I'm sure we've had a great day. And like I've been saying, it doesn't really matter who is man of the match. It doesn't really matter who performs at the end of the day. We've won.
Okay, we'll go Matt, and then we'll go to this gentleman next to him.
Will, it could be India in Mumbai. How big would that be?
It'd be massive, yeah. Everyone knows about India and the storyline that brings. It could also be the West Indies, and they've beaten us in Mumbai, so we know how tricky that's going to be. We'll be watching that game Sunday, and we'll see the outcome. We'll be prepared, and I think we'll go into it with optimism and excitement.
Do you have a preference of who you'd play?
No.
And you and Rehan, a bit like 2022 in Pakistan, I know you two both made your Test debuts then, didn't you? Played such a big part in that. Does it feel like the Bazball good times are back?
I don't know about that. I think this group is the era of Harry Brook as white ball captain, and I think that is something that we've been really focusing on. He's got us to play the certain way, and I think the environment around the group, led by him, is absolutely brilliant. And hopefully everyone can see that we're having fun and we're approaching the game in the right way, and I think that's why we've had some success.
Well, next gentleman next year, then Richard, and then we'll take cricket from last one here at the front.
Just a quick question
One each,
on just a quick question on Rehan. He bowled, I think this was the first time ever that he had bowled the final over of a T20 across his career. When did that decision take place amongst the team? Was it something that was planned from the get-go? Was it a possibility, or was that on the fly?
No, I think it was on the fly, and credit to Rehan, he obviously stood up there. I know he got hit for 6 last ball, which he was annoyed with, but he did a good job up until there. And that's obviously a tricky thing for a young guy to do in his first World Cup game. But everyone knows you have to be adaptable in T20 cricket. He takes the game head on. He doesn't shy away from anything, as you've seen with his batting there. He's confident in his own abilities, and I think that showed. He's someone who, obviously at such a young age, he's done a lot already. He may not have played loads in the last 18 months, but he's been with us every time, and he's learning so much. And obviously Rash is taking him under his wing a little bit with his bowling, and you can see the improvements that he's making.
And just a clarification there, was Rehan putting his name in the hat, or was that something where Harry came to him and said, do you want to do this?
I can't give an answer to that. I don't know, sorry.
Richard, just in front here, please. Nagraj, and then we'll finish here. One each, please. Go ahead, Richard.
43 off 18 balls from a standing start. How did you feel at that point? You know, I mean, and obviously it's a really steep task. How do you feel, given what you've gone through? Does it feel different to any other time you've been met with that kind of equation in your career?
Oh, I was nervous at that stage. I knew that was a big task. We've seen how obviously the Sri Lanka game 2 nights ago on this pitch, and how well New Zealand were bowling, and how obviously I watched how our batters were finding it, and having bowled in it myself, I knew that was a lot of runs. So I knew we needed to do something special, and like I said, I think that ball that Rehan hit, a 6-second ball, that gave me energy as well, and I thought, right, we've got a chance here. And then obviously I finished the over 6-4-4, and we were on. I think small moments like that is so important, and not just the runs, but the way it happens, the hitting a big 6 and really showing the bowler that you're on here, and we believe that we can win this is really crucial. And from that moment, I think our mindset changed.
Nagraj, please, and then last one here, please.
Well, congrats on the win. Can you talk about Adil Rashid and playing the ball he hangs in the air, and as a batter, you might have faced him in nets and obviously played in domestic cricket back in England. What's the challenge of playing someone like Adil when he bowls that slow? Because he's one of a kind among wrist spinners.
Yeah, he really is one of a kind, and we joke about his age, but his longevity is absolutely outstanding. And I think the brilliant thing is he continues to get better. He continues to push himself to get better, and that's great for everyone in the team to see. He's a brilliant guy to face in the nets, because if once you faced him, and you can kind of really go on and take anyone, and that gives us as batters confidence. He's our go-to guy. He's Harry's go-to guy. He bowls tough overs. He's often held back to bowl an over late in the innings, and on pitches that offer, he's tough to pick, and he gives the ball a massive rip. And going into the semi-final, we know he's our spearhead of our spin attack. He's such an important player, and yeah, we'd love to win the World Cup for him.
Is it easy to step out to him?
Sorry? Well, he bowls quite slow, and he's got his skill is his great control of length, even when bowling all his different variations, and that can make him very hard to step out to. I think, as we saw today, he had two stumpings today, I think. Obviously, on a pitch like this, you need to be right to the pitch of the ball, and his ability to get the ball to drop just before it approaches you is because of how many revs he get on that, and yeah, he's hard man to get down to pitch to.
And last one here, please.
Because of England, Pakistan team got a little chance to reach the semi-final. What do you think about Pakistan-Sri Lanka match and Pakistan chances for the semi-final?
Well, I don't know the exact equation, but I know they need a good win. I don't really care, to be honest, if I'm honest.
Okay, we'll leave it at
Yeah.
that. Thank you. Cheers. Cheers, Will. I'll give you this.